Hey, my friends, it's your friend Kevin. Welcome to all of you. This is your Divine Daily Blast. All right, so we are in the number one angel numerology day, which is ambitious or ambition. But when I add the date up, I come to a 10. Yesterday was a number 9. So we usually deal with, in angel numerology, 1 through 9, with the exception of 11 and 22. Now, when I get a 10, which is kind of my birth number, I like to place a 0 at the end of the 1, because there is an ending of one situation and the beginning of something new. 10 goes into 1, or 1 goes into 10. It's the same as when you look at a regular deck of cards, you can choose the ace, which can be also a 10. Some call it an 11, but then you move into Joker, Queen, and King. So when I look at the number 1 or the number 10, putting the 0 into the element of a 1 adds the energy, the little bit of oomph from the divine. It is very much like saying you are, if you want to use the moon phases, the dark side of the moon, right before a new moon. If you think that there is a dark moon, there's a place where we get to sit, ponder, and manifest. Now, what's important about this moon phase, and I'm going to get to all this other stuff in a few minutes, we're in the moon is actually in the ending day of balance, Libra. So Libra is about harmony seeking, looking for that balance. And it's the last day for the next 4 weeks, because the moon travels through each of the signs in its cycle. So today, it's important to focus on really important relationships, those that you hold dear, those that you hold close to your heart, paying special attention to the people that mean the most to you. Now that's the stars, the moon, the sun, because you know the sun is about to travel into the sign of Pisces tomorrow, the 18th. Pisces being the last sign of the zodiac cycle. So that's the sign that I believe has traveled itself through the whole 12-month cycle of all the other signs. It's like the sign of wisdom, sensitivity, bringing you all to full fruition. But let's move on. My isms in this ambitious day: I expect all my good intentions to manifest perfectly. Make sure your intentions, that comes from your heart, your focus, are good for you, good for the planet, good for mankind, because there's not a great deal of conscious goodness happening. There is a great deal of fear. There's a great deal of uncertainty from the masses. There's a great deal of folks looking for something else. It feels to me like a humongous big conscious airport or railway station or a gathering where people are really not sure what route to get on, what's going to happen next. Stay calm, stay balanced, get quiet, be observant, hold those close to you, closer, closer, closer. Pay no attention, no focus, give no energy to anything that seems to be counterintuitive to the feeling of love, of joy, of happiness, of peace, of harmony. The other ism, I am love because I believe that I am. I am God. You are God. We together are God. We're part of that. God being the ultimate creation, the universe, all that is and ever will be. And we are all of that. I am worthy. For so long I never felt it. For so long I believed I wasn't. For so long I told stories of the same. And I am infinite. I do personally believe that my soul and spirit that lives inside this lovely spiritual, this lovely physical body that I've never always seen as lovely, I do believe that that soul is infinite. It is here to do incredible things along with you, along with others. Together we are all as one equal unit, unstoppable. We can create anything the majority of us put our mind to and set to. Moving on to our message from Archangel Raziel, and you'll begin to see the theme of how this just melds and comes together. Archangel Raziel says, as the keeper of secrets of the universe, I breathe life into your fondest dreams. There is no limit to what you can create with my aid. Archangel Raziel works with the violet flame. There are many meditations, guided meditations. Kyle Gray has one where you work into the mind, your third eye center. You go to what looks like in your mind a temple, a cathedral, a church, a place of worship. And over in the corner of this vast gathering of worship is a small, delicate chapel, a prayer chapel. And in the prayer chapel sits Archangel Raziel, the archangel of the violet flame, the keeper of the violet flame, urging us to put into the violet flame anything that does not serve our highest purpose. But let's get to the affirmation. I dream, I believe, I receive, I achieve. My opportunities for success are limitless. Watch what you say. Watch what you think. Watch what you are buying into. Watch what you are trying to either A, not convince yourself of, or B, convince yourself of. We can only be who we are in this very moment that I am speaking to you and you're hearing the words. It took me a little while, took me a little while to work out the fact that there is an energy inside every single one of us, myself included, to jump onto the purpose of what is this and why am I doing this and what is this for and who is this helping. All of that doesn't necessarily make any difference if the overall arching energy is of love, is of peace, is of joy, is of happiness, is of laughter, is of humor. And then we find those pockets in our days, in our weeks, in our lives, in our mind, where we are connected and surrounded by loving, kind, caring, supportive people. I was doing that yesterday in a group, an angel group, Coloring the Spirit, and I left that meeting, that gathering, feeling that my family had gathered today, and we were all connecting up on the same level, the same consciousness, and it was light and it was bright and it was airy and it was fine. And gosh, I'm so grateful to be in the company of amazing people. Moving forward, Joan of Arc. There's a reason why Joan of Arc popped in. In the 15th century, she believed that she was speaking to God the Divine and was getting visitations from Archangel Michael. She convinced the French that she was the one to lead the army and push the British out of France. She was a teenager. This woman was fearless. And she's saying that we have to be sacred activists. Do not be afraid. Stand up for what you believe in. And if you truly believe that you're infinite, and you truly believe that you've got these infinite powers to love, to be loved, to do the opposite of that, to be in fear, is so limiting. It's not infinite. Fear will burn out. It takes a lot of effort to create fear, my goodness gracious, that's exhausting. And here we have, for the angel activation, Elohim. Elohim means of God. El-O-Him. El being the spirit, the angels, that word El. O being of, him being God, the power. And the activation here is, I take responsibility for my own karma. If your karma is coming from a place of love and truth, honor, harmony, peace, all of those things, that balance, that Libra energy, if that's where it's coming from and that's where it's sitting, how could you possibly go wrong? Let's pull a card. Now, I did check in with my beautiful fairies, Gertrude and Beatrice. They were looking up at the stars and they were sending rockets up. In other words, what they were saying is, if you can imagine being in a circle and the sky is sort of like a deep, 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 deep purpley blue color, and there are planetary stars sparkling, not just shining, but they are sparkling. Gertrude and Beatrice are sending the rockets up into the rockets of your heart, the rockets of your soul, the rockets of your desire. They're saying send them upwards, upwards, upwards. And just like an actual physical rocket, when it goes up out of the Earth's atmosphere, the Earth keeps on turning. And if that rocket were to come straight back down again, it would land in a different spot, different place, because the Earth has moved and the rocket went up outside the Earth's atmosphere. So what they're saying is, send your rockets of desire for the planet, for mankind, for peace, for joy, for fun, for laughter, for lifting the elements, because what's actually trying to happen, and where the battle is there is trying to be some control. There's trying to be some nonsense going on. And that can't be, because the majority doesn't feel that way. All right. Let's pull a card. Okay, Gertrude, Beatrice, give me something that I can land upon. This one's coming forward. I hope you're having a good start to your week, a good Monday. Let's see, here we go. We have the Two of Air. Now, air is typically swords, which is sort of like what the mind is talking about, what your focus is, what your thoughts are. And here we have two beautiful little ducks and dogs. Procrastination and worrying what others will think are blocking you from making a decision. You see, these two dogs are heading in one direction and their attention has been taken away. Does that make sense to you? I think it does. It does to me. You can see that they are minding their business. They're minding their business, walking across, like, what? Hang on, wait a minute. What are you saying? What's going on? What's happening? They're turning like, are you for real? If you've been between your own desires and someone else's, follow your inner guidance. You know what? If you were to put voices inside these two dogs and you were to send them on their way and they have a mission, like I'm going to go outside, I'm going to dig in the dirt and I'm going to find whatever I can find. And then somebody says, I would like for you to go do this. What? Excuse me? Can you help? What now? Huh? What are you saying? No, no, no. We're going here. We're doing this. We're on our way. Um, um, that's landing all of this, if I make sense, if I can. It's landing where are you putting your attention and what are you putting your attention on? And is what you are putting your attention and your focus on creating more ambition? Is that creating a bigger dream? Is that creating a bigger consciousness? I think that we get these little sparks of creativity. And then, here it is. It's starting to shine and manifest. And then something comes along and goes like this and slaps it. This is why Dr. Wayne Dyer says you sort of have to put a keep out sign out with your secrets. This is the Araziel message that's saying the secrets of God. God doesn't really have secrets. But there is a time where our desire for a better world, a desire for a better consciousness, a desire where people come together and enjoy each other for who they are and what they represent and what they're bringing to the table. There comes a point where we have to sort of keep all of this sacred. That's why they call it sacred. That's why people go places to pray, and prayer's done quietly on your knees with your head bowed, or silently before you go sleeping, or with like a candle. A meditation is done in a really lovely, serene environment. Try to maintain that today as you go about your business. Be careful when you're about to say something that is not necessarily for your highest good or the highest good of other people. Stop yourself. No. Clear, cancel, delete. Oh, not going to go there. All right, my friends, I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will be back here tomorrow. Bye for now.